VidCon, a convention made by and for YouTubers. A place for content creators to come together and share their differing ideas. Or at least it used to be. But as the political divide in America grows wider and wider, having a civil, open, and honest conversation has become increasingly difficult, and as we're about to see, VidCon is no exception. VidCon CEO addresses last year's Anita Sarkeesian incident. We made a mistake. More security staff will be added to try and prevent another incident. More security? Well, something horrible must have happened. Was Sarkeesian threatened? Was she attacked? Last year's VidCon, a fan-driven convention that brings YouTube creators, Twitch streamers, and other influencers together with the most dedicated supporters, was marked by one particular panel that featured Feminist Frequency founder Anita Sarkeesian. VidCon CEO Jim Louderback is now calling everything that happened that day a mistake that the organization has learned from. While Sarkeesian is used to speaking in front of large crowds, her VidCon appearance was made more stressful by the appearance of a few notorious YouTubers who have antagonized her over the year, including Carl Benjamin, aka Sargon of Akkad, and Dave Cullen. Okay, so to give some context, which is missing from the article, Anita Sarkeesian is a founder of a web series called Feminist Frequency. In each of her videos, she'll criticize some element of pop culture, such as video games, from a feminist perspective. Many YouTubers like Carl Benjamin, Dave Cullen, and yours truly have criticized her for spreading false information. Yet Anita will characterize virtually any critique of her content as being harassment, even though critics like Benjamin have encouraged people to report harassment of her to the FBI.
I have left a link to the FBI's cybercrime division. Please contact them. Please find the people responsible. I don't want Anita Sarkeesian getting death or rape threats either. Contact them so the individuals can be caught, they can be brought to justice, and we can all get on with our lives.
So, what did Benjamin and Cullen do at VidCon last year that made Sarkeesian's appearance so stressful? When Sarkeesian addressed Benjamin and his pal sitting in the first few rows in an attempt to antagonize her, Benjamin started yelling back about his right to debate her. Now, pay attention to the wording they use in the article. Sarkeesian addressed Benjamin. Attempt to antagonize her. Benjamin started yelling back. It puts this image in your mind of a belligerent Benjamin and a civil Sarkeesian. If only there was footage of the event to verify what really happened.
And we have all the shitlords in the front row.
Consider it an honor. Oh yes, look at how antagonistic they're being, just sitting there calmly and patiently.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Watch any footage of the event and they sit there quietly the entire time. It's only after Sarkeesian addresses Benjamin that they respond back.
If you Google my name on YouTube, you get shitheads like this dude who are making these dumbass videos that just say the same shit over and over again. And like, I hate to give you attention because you're a garbage human.
Why don't we just talk?
Whatever, dude.
Now keep in mind, this is the same woman who said being called a liar and you suck is harassment.
Harassment is, as someone had mentioned, it's not just what is legal and illegal, right? Harassment is threats of violence, but it's also the day-to-day grind of you're a liar, you suck.
Yet here she is, calling someone a shithead and a garbage human. But Polygon never mentions that part in the article. They never link to any actual footage of the event. A statement released by VidCon following the panel called out Benjamin, Cullen, and others for intentional intimidation, adding that the panelists were understandably on edge throughout the discussion.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
If anything, Anita is the antagonizer, and this would not be her only incident at VidCon that year. Later on at a cyberbullying panel, which also featured Boogie, one of the nicest people on YouTube, Anita told the audience to get angry and pissed off.
And I think it's really important that you leave feeling empowered and you leave riled up and angry and pissed. Like, if you are a white person, you should be talking to other white people about white supremacy and your privilege. If you are a man, you should be talking to other men about it.
But Boogie had a more positive message.
And I think if you want to make your community better, I think the best thing you can do is fill that community with positivity. I don't necessarily agree that anger and frustration is the right way to do that. I think when we find something beautiful in our community, I think we should celebrate that, right? And that's just a different methodology. It's the way that I would choose to do it.
Oh, but you don't dare disagree with Anita. So after the panel, this happened.
I felt like it went well, and when I get off of the stage at the bottom of the panels, there's Anita, and she seemed to be very, very upset. And I don't remember exactly what she said. I'm paraphrasing here, but she said in a very upset that I think it was very fucking uncool that you said what you said there at the end, knowing that no one else would have enough time to respond.
This is the thing that people are talking about, how Anita yelled at Boogie or assaulted him verbally. I was standing right there. Anita came up to him and said, you know, I'm sorry for the harassment that you've gone through, but I think that was kind of fucked up what you said at the end of the panel.
After the panel, she yelled at him, and luckily they were able to talk it out, but still, that is an aggressive person.
And I bet you can imagine how that affected my anxiety, because the exact focal point of my anxiety for the entire weekend, in fact, for the last 6 weeks, the nightmare scenario that I was terrified of actually had come true. I had upset somebody who I very, very much had tried to not upset and did not want to upset.
You cannot have a different opinion around this woman. It's no wonder on her channel every single video has commenting disabled. And it's no wonder Sarkeesian has called for critics like Carl Benjamin to get banned from VidCon. Louderback told Polygon part of the mission to protect speakers and ensure this type of situation doesn't occur again is looking at panels that may feature divisive issues and increase the number of security and VidCon employees at those events. So in short, because a group of people who were critics of Anita quietly sat down to watch her panel, VidCon is now going to ramp up on security. At this point, VidCon might as well change their name to Echo Chamber. And with all of Sarkeesian's critics banned, leaving only her dwindling fan base in the room, it's gonna echo like crazy in there.
And then we got off stage, and she puts her finger in my face, and she's like, I don't fucking appreciate what you fucking said up there, knowing I didn't have a chance to fucking respond. And I'm like, it was closing statements. Everybody got a chance to close. They went to you next immediately after me. I don't understand. But like what I originally told her,
But she's bullying you.
Right, she's like straight up furious.
All right.